Hey YouTube, Christian Pepper Gal here, and today is day number 2 of our sourdough bread starter process, or whatever we're calling it. Anyway, yesterday I started out with making the beginnings of the sourdough bread starter, and that's right here. And today we're going to go ahead and feed into it. But first, I want to go over a couple of things that I forgot to mention in yesterday's video. One is that you can use whole wheat or rye flour for your starter. I used the unbleached all-purpose flour, King Arthur's, for my starters. But you can also use either the whole wheat or rye flour. The only real difference, I think, is that with the whole wheat or rye flour, you will activate the starter quicker by 1 or 2 days. But I wanted to use the unbleached all-purpose flour because that's most likely the type of flour that I would have on hand when needing to start one, or to use one, or to make the bread with. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of explain that. And also, I forgot to mention that we set the starter aside to rest and then feed it every 24 hours or approximately therein. And that will do with the white unbleached flour. We'll do that for up to about 7 days, and then it'll activate and it'll look more like this one. And this was the one that I originally did as a test. This was number 4 for me. So real quick, I want to show you that. I mentioned it yesterday and how it had grown, and it has done it again. I had it filled up this much with the starter, and then it grew. So that just means that it's really, really very active. And again, I want to show you the inside. You can see all those bubbles in there. It is active. It is ready to make some bread. So I'm looking up recipes now to find some sourdough bread recipes that I can make. Okay, now back to our sourdough bread starter that we're working on now. I want to see you. I want to show you there are some bubbles inside this one as well. So it's got a really good start. Okay, what we're going to do today to feed the starter is we're just going to basically do what we did yesterday. Is put some flour and water in it, stir it up, and then set it aside up in some warm space for the next day, until we have to feed it again. But on the 3rd day, we're going to do a little bit different on the feeding, so you'll want to make sure you check back for the day 3 as well. So I've got my spoon. I'm going to go ahead and stir what's in there. Just get that mixed around really good. And then I've got my flour and water already measured out. Thought it would be quicker and easier for the video. So this is 1/2 cup of the unbleached all-purpose flour. And put it in here, just right on top of there. And then this is 1/3 cup of water. I know yesterday there was a confusion on my part, and I apologize for that, but the first few days I did start out with 1/3 cup water. And then it got a little bit too runny, so I backed off on the water a little bit. Now I'm just going to stir it all up and then there, make sure that we don't have any dry powder left anywhere. Stir, stir, stir. I don't know if you could see, but I want you to kind of get an idea of the consistency that we're working with here. It's like a really thick pancake mix consistency. I'm going to keep stirring for just a little bit more, make sure I got it all mixed in good. All right. And this is what it looks like now. It doesn't really have any bubbles or anything in it yet, but when we check back tomorrow, it should have some. So I'm going to put the lid back on. And that's it. It has been fed for today. Now you might notice on this jar, I have the rubber band on. And there will come a point in time when we will put the rubber band on this jar as well, so we can see when it grows. But with my experience with these starters that I'm doing, we won't need to do that until about the 3rd or 4th day of them. So we're going to hold off on that now because it might rise up a little, but not a whole lot to make much of a difference. It's not activated yet. And that's what we're waiting on, is for it to activate. That's what this is called, the activated sourdough bread starter. And that's the difference. And that's it for today. It was kind of short and sweet, but it didn't really take long to feed the sourdough bread starter. So tune back in tomorrow and we'll have day number 3. And I thank you very, very much for watching this video. And if you liked the video, please click on the like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe and click on that little bell and choose all, I think it is, so that you'll get all notifications, and that way you'll be notified via email or text, however you have it set up, the next time that I put out a video. So if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. And until next time, happy prepping and God bless.